Well, Alastair, thanks very much indeed for speaking to us after yet another Alastair Cook century. 125 not out, only beaten by the weather, I think, really. Just seemed that you could have gone on and on there. It's in such good form, aren't you?
Well, it's a nice wicket to bat on. It's kind of one of those which I would wrap up and bat on. I quite enjoy batting on a slow, flat wicket. But look, we're just a bit frustrated, aren't we? That the weather's kind of won in these 3 days. But you can't do anything more, really. We just it's nice to, obviously so far this season we've played on pretty bowler friendly wickets, pretty fair cricket wicket. This would have been a good cricket wicket later on. I think it would have been a first innings runs. If you got runs on the board, then you could put pressure on the third and fourth with going to spin, and obviously with Harmer playing. But we can't really do much this week.
You seem so relaxed and happy out there batting just for Essex. Just really being able to concentrate on your own game at this stage of your career. Is that really what you were looking for before you drew a line under the chapter?
Yeah, the reason I just like playing. I obviously enjoy playing cricket, but being part of something. And at the moment Essex have got a good thing going. Some good senior players, some young players, and we're in the hunt to win stuff. And while you're there, while that's happening, it's a great environment. And Anthony McGrath and Tom Huggins and the coaches and Arundel now, they've got to take a lot of credit for the environment they're setting, certainly for us older players. We try and work as hard as we can, but also enjoy the experience, and it's always more enjoyable when you're playing well. And this year it's obviously a very strange year, but we played some pretty good cricket. Yes, some tight wins, but we're putting our name in the hat to maybe get through to the final. Obviously, I think it looks like it'll be a Middlesex. Could be whoever wins the Middlesex game at home, which is might go through. So it's good.
Perhaps we saw the past and the future of England cricket out there today. Your partnership with Dan Lawrence, it's superb, isn't he?
Well, he's a really good player, and I just said earlier, he's got so much experience for a 23-year-old, and he's had it tough in one sense. The wickets haven't been really batter friendly at Essex. It's result wickets, and if you look at his average, you might suggest he's not playing. Then suddenly gets to Australia and gets on flat wickets, and he dominated in that Australia A series. So full credit to him, and he's gaining the right things. And when he gets his chance for England, I think he will be ready to play.
Got one more year, I know, left on your contract. Is it too early to think beyond that? I mean, you said exciting times for Essex, and I know you'd like to be there. You've got an important role to play, haven't you, with the young talent that's coming through?
Yeah, I have no idea what's going to happen after next year, and that decision will be made at whatever stage with the club and myself, and it just depends, really. It depends how I feel, if I'm still contributing and still enjoying it, and the family, and you never know. But let's worry about this season, worry about next season, and try and win a couple of trophies for us.
And still got bragging rights over Harmy with those sprints from one end of the pitch to the other?
If we start at the same time, he does lose to me. He doesn't want to admit it, even if he puts on his dodgy Instagram that he was ahead of me. But actually I won that race. He must be embarrassed losing to a 35-year-old.
Long may it continue.